Hello, everybody. This is Gary. Today is December 5th, 2021, Sunday. It's 8:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States and Rochester, New York. And this is my Coping with Schizophrenia blog entry for today. And today I wanted to ask and answer the question, should mentally ill people have pets like cats or dogs, particularly psychotic people? And the answer to that question depends entirely on the individual. There's no doubt that people who are mentally or a pet like a cat or a dog, but whether or not they should have a cat or dog or any other pet depends entirely on whether or not, first of all, the mentally ill person, particularly if they're psychotic, can actually take care of themselves first, like pay their rent, pay their bills, buy their food, take care of their personal hygiene, keep their house or apartment clean, keep their clothes clean, do their laundry, do all the basic things that people do to take care of themselves. Um, if a person is psychotic and so disorganized they can't even take care of themselves, then they obviously shouldn't have a pet. That's true for anybody, whether they're mentally ill or not. A cruel person, for example, should not have a pet, even if they're not mentally ill. Um, and people are cruel to animals, unfortunately, in our world. And a psychotic person may not be able to take care of a pet if they can't even take care of themselves. I personally don't have a cat or a dog or any other pet because I sometimes spend long periods in the psychiatric hospital of 2 or 3 weeks, although that hasn't happened in a couple of years. And I generally don't have anyone who would take care of a pet while I'm in the hospital. If I go to the psychiatric emergency room, I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be admitted into the hospital or not. Um, and if I am put in the hospital, I really don't have any friends or family that can take care of a cat or a dog, feed them, water them, make sure they had everything they needed, checking in on them. So generally speaking, I don't have a pet because I don't think in the periods that I'm in the hospital that I can in any way ensure the safety of the animal. Not because I'm cruel or vicious to animals, but because I generally don't have a lot of friends and I don't have a lot of people that I can rely on to take care of a pet. If I go to the psychiatric emergency room, even without being admitted, that can take 1 or 2 days to be evaluated by a psychiatrist. And again, I really don't have anybody that can take care of a pet when I'm in that circumstance. And if I'm actually admitted into the hospital, that could be days or a couple of weeks. And again, I don't have anyone that could actually take care of a pet if I'm in that situation. Generally, I would like to have a pet, but I just don't think that I'm always stable enough to do it in the sense that when I go to the hospital, I don't have anyone to take care of the animal. So for me, the answer is no. I don't think I should have a pet, a cat, a dog, or a reptile, or anything else, because I just wouldn't be able to provide for them in emergency situations where I'm in the hospital. Even if I'm in the hospital for medical reasons, like when I had surgery on my prostate earlier this year, then a couple of months later, I had surgery on my bladder. I was in the hospital both times and taking care of a pet or having somebody else take care of my pet while I was in the hospital just wasn't feasible. I'm not a very sociable person. I don't have a lot of friends. And that would actually make a pet more comforting to me. But the truth is, I don't have anyone to take care of the animal if I end up in the hospital for psychiatric or medical reasons. So generally, if a psychiatric patient can take care of themselves, they're kind people, and they don't end up in the hospital a lot, or if they do, they have family or friends that can take care of the pet, then sure, a mentally ill person has every right to have a pet as much as anybody else, as long as they take care of the animal properly. Um, but me, it's just not feasible for me to have a pet. So I just wanted to answer that quick question.